ghost videos of the year. The Tower of Terror. In what's supposed to be the happiest place on earth, an ominous mock grand hotel towers above the awestruck, happy crowd below. The Twilight Zone Tower of Terror in Disney's California Adventure Park is a free-fall ride that's dedicated to the popular TV show, The Twilight Zone. Now, over the years, the Tower of Terror attraction became known for one particularly creepy real-life ghost story. It is said that a Disney cast member suddenly suffered a massive heart attack and passed away while welcoming guests onto the ride. Many visitors and employees claim to have seen his ghost and have reported random noises and flickering of the lights, even when the ride is not in operation. Sam Worth was visiting the park and recorded videos to capture the fun trip with his family. To his surprise, he also captured something he did not expect at the Tower of Terror.
There's a common left.
I want to be able to go there.
I understand what you're saying, but my exploration is
A strange translucent apparition can be seen on one of the levels at the Tower of Terror. Now, many of Sam's viewers believe the figure to simply be another hologram on the ride. But I looked through hours of footage of this ride on YouTube and I have not found any evidence of there being a hologram at this particular spot on the ride. In fact, this is the area on the ride where a picture is taken of the guests. So the creepy apparition remains a mystery. But Sam isn't the only one who captured bizarre footage on the Tower of Terror. In this next video, a maintenance man is doing a routine safety and quality check on the Disney ride. He's completely alone. Or is he? The uncut footage is over 2 minutes long, but to save time, I just cut the video down to the spookiest parts. Did you see it? A bizarre figure appears on a seat behind the maintenance man, but it's only visible for less than a second. 3/20ths of a second to be exact. The figure then moves 2 seats away right next to the oblivious worker, and it appears 2 more times. Again, I checked to make sure that there are no hologram effects in place in the seating area, and there are none. Also, the hologram effects that appear on the ride show multiple characters, and none of them are seated as these figures appear to be. So it seems very unlikely that this would be a reflection. So just what is this? Could it be that the spirit of the man who suddenly lost his life on the Disney ride is still around? Or is it just some very, very strange light reflection? You decide. Mirror, mirror. Paranormal investigator Amy from the YouTube channel Shadowhunters UK TV is joined by fellow ghost hunters Moxley's Paranormal and Ghosts on Trent as they stay at the infamously haunted 30 East Drive in Pontefract, England. They say that long ago on this very same location, a monk was hanged for taking the life of a young girl. The house is said to be haunted by his angry spirit, which they call the Black Monk. Throughout the house, there are CCTV cameras installed, and one of them captures a very bizarre and chilling event, as Amy simply looks at herself in the upstairs bedroom mirror.
Air. It's everywhere, yet invisible, but not to us. We see it. In technology, in engineering, and in looks. So, you can experience air conveniently, in silence.
She makes like a creepy smile.
Amy's face appears to distort into a horrifying gaping maw. Her mouth opens up to such an impossible extent that the investigators believe that they might have captured a paranormal transfiguration. The video is definitely very creepy and doesn't appear to be a digital glitch. But just what do you think happened here? Let me know down in the comments. You can watch the full 2-part investigation at the Haunted 30 East Drive over on the YouTube channel Shadow Hunters UK TV. Nuke's Top 5 merch. So just a quick little ad, but I finally got Nuke's Top 5 merch. We have spooky t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, and other things that we'll be adding by the time this video is posted. You can order stuff online at nukestop5.myshopify.com or in the merch shelf under this video. Also, there's a link to the Nuke's Top 5 store in the video description. And to make sure that you get your stuff by Christmas, be sure to order by Monday, December 12th. And yeah, that's only like 2 days away from now. So, sorry about that, but we got everything online as quickly as we possibly could. So, our days to you. The deserted Spooner's Tunnel, an old train pass that was dug out of the mountain by hand back in 1891. Unfortunately, the railway line suffered financial difficulties and the tunnel was never connected to the railway system. The tunnel was eventually closed and dismantled back in 1955. The passageway was dubbed, quote, the railway to nowhere. YouTuber Mr. Omega decides that the creepy old abandoned tunnel is the perfect spot to film an overnight challenge.
Okay, here we are here. The only person I have with me is Max. You know, man's best friend and everything. Oh man, look at that. There's a vehicle over there that's burnt out too. Oh man, look at it. Hope it's not a popular spot for people to come up and do gosh knows what. Okay, I'll pull over here. Okay, before we even go into the tunnel, as you can see, it's totally pitch black. It's too dark to go in there without any form or source of light. So that's the next thing we need to get out of the pack. Oh, there's my baby. This is my massive dolphin torch. It's a really good torch, as you can see. It pretty much shone right down to the end of the tunnel there, so this thing will do the trick, I'm sure.
So Mr. Omega and his loyal doggy Max head into the tunnel to find a spot to set up camp for the night.
I managed to secure myself a place to stay for the night, and as you can see out here, it is totally dark now. The sun's gone right down. There's no more light left. If I turn my light off now, this is the freaky thing. When I turn this light off, it is totally pitch black and silent. You ready? Here we go.
ब्रेस्टफीडिंग बद्दल नेहमीच न्यू मॉम्सना नर्वसनेस आणि कन्सर्न्स असतात. माझ्या प्रेग्नन्सीच्या वेळी
Wow. That's spoopy, if you ask me. I feel good having the dog here. Where are you, Max? Max! There you are, there he is. I feel better having my dog with me. I mean, obviously, if I didn't have Max, it'd be a little bit creepy. Obviously, I feel like safer with my dog being here. He will always bark if anyone comes uninvited to visit us in the night. So I'll always wake up. I'm a light sleeper as well, so I'm always going to wake up to hearing Max's bark. Don't know, Max, I'm always going to hear what you're going to say to me.
Around 4 a.m., things start to get really weird. Omega discovers that he has no cell reception inside the tunnel, and so along with dog Max, he heads back to the opening to check his phone. After that, he starts to trek back inside the tunnel, and then this happens.
We're going to complete our overnight challenge. Yes we do. Alright, Max, let's go back in. Here it is. Woo! Max! Oh, gosh damn tripod. I hear some sort of tune out of it. Max, come here. Come here. Oh, shit. Max. Who's that? Who's that, Max? What the actual? Can you guys hear that? Max, where is it? I don't know if you guys can hear this on the camera, but there's something. What is that? What the? Hello? What is that? Max, what is that? Hello? Is there somebody here? That's just creepy as... What the hell? Is anyone here? What is that? Oh! Max! Hurry up! Max! Max! Get home!
A creepy little toy is just lying in the middle of the path, playing a warbly rendition of Happy Birthday. Omega turns around and is shocked out of his skin as he sees a man lurching toward him out of a crevice in the tunnel wall. He just makes a run for it. Now, Mr. Omega says that he is absolutely stunned by what happened. He has no idea why anyone would be hiding in the cold abandoned train tunnel at 4 a.m., especially because the tunnel is in the middle of nowhere, miles away from any house. Another truly baffling part of this incident is that the dog Max did not react at all to the creepy stranger, almost like the man was not even there. And perhaps most disturbing of all, why did whoever this was set out a creepy little toy in the path? Either way, paranormal or not, this encounter is absolutely terrifying. You can watch the entire exploration over on the YouTube channel, Mr. Omega. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Weeper. A little over a year ago, a Japanese man who goes by the name Yama Q was looking for a rental home. He found a nice 40-year-old renovated house in Japan with an incredibly low rental price. Yama was blown away and he happily signed the rental contract right away. But as you might suspect, Yama soon discovered just why the house's rental price was so low. You see, the home carries a bit of a dark history. The house's previous owner tragically passed away inside the home's bathroom from an undisclosed illness. Only 4 months after Yama moves in, strange things begin to happen in the dead of night.
I don't have any office. I only have 3 to 4 employees working for me. I work 4 days in a week.
Yama Q starts a YouTube channel and begins to record the increasingly spooky activity around his home.
鳴ってる。
Night after night, a mysterious knocking sound can be heard coming from the bathroom. No matter how hard he tries, Yama Q is never able to find the source. He has no idea what could be causing this terrifying phenomenon. One night, Yama is a bit disturbed when a neighborhood dog shows up at his home. The dog is usually quiet and friendly, but this time it seems distressed by something. The dog aggressively growls and barks at something Yama can't see. The next day, he finds the dog back at its neighborhood home, safe and sound and friendly as always. But that certainly isn't the end of Yama-Q's paranormal problems. Only 9 months after moving in, he experiences something truly terrifying. A blood-curdling wail can be heard coming from right outside Yama's living room window. But when he goes outside to investigate, the creepy moaning suddenly just stops. As Yama-Q's YouTube audience grows, his many shocked viewers request that he get better equipment to capture the supernatural phenomena. Yama orders a thermal imaging camera and waits for his next opportunity to record and capture what's going on in his home. And this is where things take a turn towards the truly bizarre. Because 1 month later, this happens.
When Shaq dreams of a vacation, Shaq dreams of a city that inspires him.
With 2 cameras ready, Yama goes on the attack as he throws boiling hot water at the spot where the weeping voice seems to be coming from. Whatever is making the noise seems to cry out as the scalding water is thrown, and then all goes quiet. But nothing shows up on the thermal imaging camera. To this day, Yama-Q still experiences horrifying events at his haunted home in Japan. But is it real? Could the wailing voice and aggressive knocking be the spirit of the previous owner who passed away in the bathroom? Let me know what you think. A window to the soul. So this is a story that starts weird and just gets weirder. But first, a little bit of history. Way back in 1679, Irish Catholic priest Oliver Plunkett was arrested for supporting the Catholic faith, which at the time was considered a serious criminal offense by the English monarchy. He was held in Newgate prison in London before being executed. And so here's where things get really weird. Over 240 years later, in 1921, Oliver Plunkett's head, yes, just his head, was brought to St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland, where it was put on display in a garish, ornately decorated glass box. The St. Peter's Church also placed on display the prison door of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell from Newgate Prison, where Plunkett was held for 8 months before his execution. YouTube user Vicky Bramshaw was on vacation when she visited St. Peter's Church in Drogheda, Ireland. She is recording the exhibit of Oliver Plunkett's jail cell door when she catches something absolutely unnerving.
This is the door of the cell in Newgate prison, where St. Oliver Plunkett was imprisoned for 8 months.
He's a very interesting figure, because he was one of the first ecumenical Christian priests.
There is a small opening in the ancient jail cell door, and some pale, ghostly face just seems to peek out of it at them. Vicky says she has no idea what this face could be. She says she has no knowledge of visual effects to fake something like this, and she didn't even notice the face until she reviewed her footage later. So is this the ghost of Oliver Plunkett still peering from his old jail cell door? Or is it just a very, very odd trick of the light? You decide. The Last Stop. This next viral video was shared by multiple social media accounts on the internet, but none of them mentioned the original source. The video shows a man inspecting an old abandoned bus somewhere in the rural countryside of Japan. Of course, as you might expect, things take a terrifying turn.
임마, 널 왜 떨어졌어? 아, 진짜로? 진짜로?
As the man approaches the entrance to the bus, a girl can be seen watching him from the window. He quickly looks inside, but there's no one there. Now, because there's no source, it's impossible to say whether this footage is real or fake. But as always, I leave that up to you to decide. Mistaken identity. The next few videos were uploaded to TikTok by a widower from Tennessee who prefers to keep his identity anonymous. He says that he's experienced some odd things in his house over the last 11 years, but recently the activity has become much more extreme. He sets up security cameras to capture the bizarre incidents, and he says that he believes that the spirit might be the ghost of his beloved deceased wife coming back to visit him. So early one morning before heading out to work, the man walks into the kitchen to discover this.
Well, as you can see, it's morning, guys. This is just a quick update because I got to get to work. But when I got up this morning to get my coffee, I walked into the kitchen and saw this. So I guess you guys were right that activity seems to be picking up because I have been, doing renovations. I replaced all this stuff, this dishwasher, this stove, the oven hood there. But this morning when I came into the kitchen, I noticed the cabinet was open. And then I noticed this chair. So I checked the Ring video, and it definitely freaked me out. So
when he reviews his Ring cam footage, it shows a chair sliding all around the kitchen on its own. and then a pale white figure seems to appear from nowhere and violently tosses the chair to the floor. But things are about to take an even more terrifying turn, because one day the man starts to hear something walking up and down his hallway. He goes to investigate, and what happens next chills him to his core.
Rise up, rise up.
Hey everyone, remember I said I didn't know how I'd react if this thing started touching me? It started walking towards me. And I feel a hand on my back. And I heard someone whisper. It was faint. But when I heard it walking away from me, I finally felt like I could move, and I ran, the whispering. It was, deep back. I'm gonna go into the hallway and see if I can hear. That sounds like it's down at the end of the hallway. Right back there. That felt like somebody's right standing behind me. That was somebody right behind me. It felt like their face was right there. Like they were really tall. That's not my wife.
The man weeps uncontrollably as he explains that he felt a hand on his back and heard multiple voices that seemed to be begging him for help. The man no longer believes that the presence haunting his home is the spirit of his deceased wife. He now believes that it might be multiple spirits, or perhaps even something more sinister. But what do you think is going on here? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Something still lives here. A paranormal investigation team from the YouTube channel RC Fun TV travels to an abandoned house in Battambang, Cambodia. Locals claim that in 1994, the land used to be a graveyard for hundreds of deceased men, women, and children. Eventually, the land was sold and the owner had the cemetery excavated and the bodies burned to make room for his new family home. Shortly after the completion of the house, allegedly several members of the family were repeatedly pulled out of their beds by an invisible force. Soon after, the family began to suffer from horrible, unexplained diseases. Fearing that they were cursed by the angry spirits of the former graveyard, they left the home and never returned. The small wooden house has now been abandoned for over 10 years. The Cambodian paranormal team prepares a ceremonial offering for the restless spirits that might be haunting the home. During the preparation, they are interrupted by something they can't explain.
Okay, ប្រិមិត្តឥឡូវនេះយើងបានរៀបចំសំណែននៅចំពីមុខកម្មវិធីតែម្ដងបាទកម្មវិធីតែផ្លូវនេះយើងឡើងអត់បានទេតែជាងយើងនឹងឡើងតាមក្បួនក្រោយបាទយើងឡើងតាមក្បួនក្រោយ
ឥឡូវអូនលើកទូទៅកូនចៅមកនេះគឺមកសុំថតបាទមកសុំថតហើយចង់ដឹងថាមូលហេតុអ្វីបានជាម្ចាស់ផ្ទះមិននៅទីនេះគាត់នៅមិនសុខបាទគាត់នៅមិនបានឬក៏មានអ្វីនៅទីនេះមានអីហ្នឹងគឺសុំឃើញបាទគឺសុំឃើញណាជួយយ៉ានេះនោះអូគឺអូមកទៅ
The unexpected loud bang sends the host of the RC Fun TV team into a fit of nervous laughter, but they continue their exploration. The team is a little reluctant to climb the rotting wood stairs of the house and instead head around to the back of the building and climb onto the roof. What happens next is downright chilling.
គេប្រិយមិត្តឥឡូវនេះយើងឲ្យក្រុមការងារបងឡើងណាក្រុមការងារពីរនាក់ឡើងទៅស្មើស្មើដើម្បីដាក់សំឡេងវិញ្ញាណណាបើយើងចង់ដឹងថាតើនៅទីនោះយើងអាចនឹងប្រទេសអ្វីបងឈីឡើងហ្នឹងហើយឡើងតោគ្នាតោគ្នាបាទតោគ្នាឡើងបងនេះជន់អានឹងឈើទូចបងជន់នៅទីកណ្ដាលនេះខាងនោះបាទហ្នឹងហើយបងជន់ទៅជន់ឈើ
One of the team members comes face to face with a ghoulish, pale apparition peeking out of the window. Out of shock, both team members forget their own safety and just jump right off the side of the roof. Luckily, except for some scratches, bruises, and perhaps some deep psychological scars, the two men are otherwise okay. Now, cut to 2 months later, and the team returns, determined to explore inside the creepy house. During another ceremonial offering, they have no idea what their camera is capturing. Did you see it? The team is completely unaware that something seemed to walk by the window upstairs. After careful deliberation, the two men decide to climb the rotten stairs up to the house. Once inside, they see something absolutely horrifying.
There's a common lift.
I want to be able to go there.
I understand what you're saying, but most ferocious.
In an incredibly bizarre turn, a disembodied head can be seen sitting on top of a wooden support beam. The team's host records as he runs away in fright. When the guys go back upstairs, there are no signs of the head, nor are there any signs of anyone or anything having ever been there. So did the investigators capture the paranormal activity that drove away the home's owners? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. You can watch this full 2-part investigation over on the YouTube channel RC Fun TV. Cradle Creeper. Proud parents Kaylee and Stuart have a TikTok account dedicated to their newborn daughter, Rin May. The account usually chronicles happy experiences from the young family's life. So when this next video was posted, their viewers were shocked. Night vision cameras first capture a bizarre unexplained shadow in the upper left corner of the room. Then, what seems like a creepy little hand can be seen clawing at little Rin May's crib mattress. The newborn sleeps right through it, but Dad Stuart hears the noise and wakes up. And just as Stuart looks over at the crib, the hand quickly disappears out of sight. Parents Kaylee and Stuart are very disturbed by the incident and say that they have no idea what they captured on camera. The final night. Alexander Labuzov from Russia says that he's been living in the same apartment for over 3 years when suddenly and inexplicably, strange paranormal things began to happen around his home. Loud, unexplained noises would wake him up in the middle of the night. Things around the house would move on their own. And scariest of all, one night when he was in bed, sound asleep, someone or something suddenly grabbed onto his wrist, squeezing hard. He jerked his arm away and lurched out of bed, searching his room. But there was no one there. He says that the paranormal activity in his apartment just increased over time, until eventually he decided to just move out. So Alex is set to move out of his apartment the next day, but he decides to try to record the strange supernatural activity one last time. This video was meant to be Alex's last night in his apartment. First, he sits in front of his camera and explains what's been going on in his apartment. As he's talking, he hears something strange.
Я сразу же вскочил, включил свет. Это может не напугать. Просто знакомый звук. Изредка я услышал, похож.
Something moves somewhere in the apartment, and Alex believes it might have been the kitchen cabinet door. He decides to set up his camera in his bedroom and leaves for 2 hours to meet up with a friend.
Алло? Да, сейчас приеду, ага. Давай.
Alex turns off the light and leaves, but what happens while he's gone is truly bizarre. His landlord is unavailable to pick up his apartment keys, and after reviewing his footage, Alex is unsatisfied with the potato-quality video he has recorded in his dark apartment. So, he decides to stay one more night, this time leaving the camera recording, but with the lights on. Just like the night before, he again leaves to meet up with a friend. The camera captures something downright creepy. Alex is shocked when he comes home as he discovers that his camera has somehow flipped upside down all on its own. He grabs the camera and begins to film his thoughts on the strange situation. What happens next is absolutely...
Что там осталось? Слушай, ну вообще жесть. Блядь! Ну, мы уже... Блядь! О. А, до усрачки. Ё... Это можно вообще... О, блядь. Так.
A pair of legs can be seen standing right behind Alex in the doorway. The legs appear to have no torso and disappear before Alex can even turn around. So, did Alex capture proof of the paranormal in his apartment? Or is it illusion? I leave it up to you to decide. The ghost of the mosh pit. Now, most of the time we think of creepy paranormal video as occurring in the dark, and maybe in creepy old abandoned places. But here's a video that's from a live daytime heavy metal music festival in San Bernardino, California in 2011. And just watch very closely, because it's about to get weird. So a very big guy goes charging into the mosh pit when suddenly he seems to get clotheslined by someone or something that is completely invisible, and he goes flying backwards. Now, that would be weird enough, but his friend helps him up and then he seems to get forcefully yanked backwards again by some unseen force. He even seems to get dragged backwards along the ground. So is this just the ghost of an angry metal fan? Is this guy just an incredible mime? Or what happened here? You tell me. Cries from beyond. This next video was sent in by Nuke's Top 5 viewer Peter Canova. Peter explains in his email that his friend was remodeling a house in Des Moines, Iowa that had been abandoned for over 10 years. Peter's friend shared a chilling video that was recorded by a tile installer named Javier.
Verga, si se escucha más. Estoy aquí en la casa de remodelación. Acabo de rellenar, hicimos ese shower y esto. Y desde hace rato vengo escuchando un llanto como de niño. Oigan. Pero el pedo es de que aquí en la casa esta pues, no hay, están todos los cuartos vacíos. Y me da miedo ir al basement, pero a ver, deja checar, porque allá afuera no hay nada. Wait. No mames.
Coming from the basement, Javier checks every room but finds no one. Suddenly, there's an unexplained loud bang from somewhere, and Javier makes a run for it. Javier refuses to ever return to the house again.
Güey, no mames.
Hanging around. Japanese paranormal investigator Gachan from the YouTube channel Clip Store sets out to investigate a creepy old abandoned house in Nagasaki, Japan. The house is said to be extremely haunted. Locals claim that there is a sinister curse on the property after a family mysteriously passed away inside the home under absolutely horrible circumstances almost 15 years ago. As the home is fairly small, Gachan decides to go alone and brings only his camera. Once inside, things quickly get very creepy.
カレンダー2007年4月14年前からこの状態ってことですね。まあ確かに置いてあるものが時代を感じるというか VHS だもんね。ちょっと待って足を倒す。人がいる。2階に人がいる。マジか。出るか。いやでも気づいてるはずだよね。こっちに。誰かいますか？もしここで寝泊まりとかしてるんであれば返事してもらってもいいですか？すぐ出て行きます。
The paranormal investigator believes he might not be alone inside the house and heads upstairs to investigate.
誰もいませんか？うわっ、包丁？くそ。ちょっと嘘や。いやマジで誰かいますよね？いやちょっと待って、いや本当帰るんでごめんなさい。
Gachan finds shattered glass and, creepiest of all, a knife. Soon after, he hears the sound of a bell coming from somewhere inside the house. He searches every room, but he finds nothing and no one to explain the creepy sound.
ちょっとね、さすがにこのままでは帰れないので、さっきねちょっと物音が激しかったと思われる部屋いるんですけど、家中探してみたんですけど誰もいないんだよ。動物でもなさそうだしさ、でなんかさっき多分あれ仏壇の鐘の音だよね。ちょっと30分だけ検証して帰ろうと思います。
Eventually, the ghost hunter has had enough of the creepy, unexplained noises and decides to just go home. As he makes his way down the old creepy stairs, he captures something absolutely horrifying.
絶対なんかさ、絶対落としたんだよ。マジで。もう嫌だ俺。くそ。もうちょっとこれ以上はいられないです。帰ります。
A pair of legs can be seen dropping from the ceiling at the top of the stairs right behind the ghost hunter. Gai-chan leaves the abandoned house having no idea what he has just recorded, until he reviews his footage at home. The horrifying sight of the creepy unexplained legs shocks him and his viewers. And now, Gai-chan believes that the house is truly haunted. But either way, true or not, the footage is very disturbing. You can watch this entire investigation over on the YouTube channel, Clip Store. Oh dear. Terrence Leonio from Windsor, Ontario, Canada often goes out into the woods to record himself overtone singing for TikTok and YouTube. One day he decides to stream live, and as he starts to sing, he seems to capture the attention of a passing deer.
Pretty sure he was looking for where the sound was coming from, but I stopped and started talking and I was confused. Alright.
And there's the deer, but did you see it? Terrence seems to have caught the attention of something else lurking in the woods. Several strange, slim figures seem to be hiding in the trees behind the deer. Terrence's TikTok viewers believe the mysterious creatures could be cryptids, Sasquatch, or even skinwalkers. But what do you think Terrence's singing could have summoned from the deep Canadian woods? Child's play. Facebook user Ashley Hammond believes that throughout her life, she's always had something paranormal attached to her. She says that no matter where she goes, spooky things always happen. When Ashley moves to a new home in Utah, she starts to see her children walking up and down the staircase on random occasions. Now, usually, Ashley's children walking up and down the stairs would be completely normal. But you see, this happens when Ashley's children are asleep, or sometimes when they're not even at home at all. Ashley believes that she might be seeing something supernatural that is mimicking the appearance of her children. Now Ashley wants to prove that she is not just imagining these strange phenomena, so she buys a security camera and points it at the staircase. Then one night when all of her children are in bed asleep, this happens.
वाह, अब आ रहे हो इंस्पेक्शन के लिए? 3 घंटे पहले बोला था कि मैम बस 2 मिनट में पहुंच रहा हूँ। इस कार इंश्योरेंस के चक्कर में पूरा
No, you don't become immortal by making deals with angels. You gotta go to the other guys for that. There. Look at man.
The camera captures a dark figure with glowing eyes that seems to walk up the staircase. A figure that has no visible lower body. So, what do you think this could be? Let me know down in the comments. Lady in the water. Debbie Morales and her friends are tubing down the canals of the Isabella River in Puerto Rico when she begins to record with her phone. Debbie can be heard screaming and laughing until her camera catches something in the water that quickly makes her lose her voice. Debbie posted the video to Facebook, saying that she saw a scary apparition in the water. She asked friends to take a look and see if they saw the same thing in the video. And they did. Online viewers speculated that the image could be anything from the ghost of a drowning victim to a body in the water. And some even went so far as to suggest that it might be a mermaid. Now the most bizarre part of this video is that whatever this is almost seems to lunge toward Debbie before disappearing back into the water. But what do you think? Is this just a strange trick of the light or a reflection? Or did Debbie catch something supernatural on camera? You decide. Out of left field. For over a decade, Jen Barari worked hard to find the perfect home for her wife Heather and their 6-year-old daughter Ray. She eventually found an amazing colonial home in Pennsylvania that was built in the 1700s. The house sits on a 50-acre plot of farmland that also has a large renovated barn and 2 cottages. But soon after the renovations were finished, strange unexplained events began to occur on the property. The family began to hear terrifying noises and bangs, and even started to see odd shadow-like figures in the middle of the night. They decide to install security cameras in and around their home. And late one night, their outdoor security camera captures something chilling. Someone or something can be seen limping along behind Jen's home. Whatever it is, it makes a very eerie and unsettling moan or screech. At first, Jen isn't sure what to believe and hopes it's just one of her friends or neighbors playing a very strange prank. But over the course of the next 3 months, the activity becomes more and more unexplainable as the events intensify inside Jen's home. And now, whatever is going on seems to start to affect her daughter, too.
I know that is not moving right now. Don't even. Oh my God. Yeah, like I'm sorry that I curse and. Okay, can you stop? Oh my God. Okay, please stop.
Honey, what's going on? Baby, come here. Come here. What's up, baby? Honey, what's going on?
Objects move around and fall on their own, and Jen finds her daughter standing on her bed in the middle of the night, just staring vacantly at nothing. Eventually, Jen becomes convinced that she's dealing with real paranormal activity. She records another video to tell about the unexplainable events that she is experiencing. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
The last 2 nights have been f***ing awful. I'm gonna just update you guys really quickly. I'm in the barn house right now. I'm here alone. I'm hearing constantly. Last night I watched like a bald man walk out of the pond. I'll show you where it is. It was insane. That's what I keep hearing. And I'm home alone. Hello? Can you stop? Out! Oh my God, that's creepy. This clock here scared the shit out of me. Here with me, like whatsoever. Hello.
घड़ी मशीन वॉश के साथ जीत सकते हैं एक वॉशिंग मशीन हर घंटे। बस पैक खरीदें और अंदर दिए कोड को एसएमएस कर।
I don't And my reflection's creeping me out. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You guys saw that, right? I'm not bugging. Like, here's my reflection. That's just my hair. Okay. Hold on, I need to watch this. Guys, I wanted to show you the f***ing pond, but please tell me you see that. There's something. It looks like the old man is coming out, I swear to f***ing God. What the f*** was that? Jesus, and there's a light on in the f***ing God garage. This is so f***ing creepy. Oh my God, Biggs, it's okay. It's okay. Holy sh**. What the f***? Honestly. Okay, let's go.
A shadow figure can be seen standing behind Jen in the reflection on the TV screen. She quickly spins around, but there's no one there. Then, as Jen is looking out the window, another figure can be seen darting past the hallway right behind her. A loud bang frightens both Jen and her cat. And with that, she has had enough. Jen decides to just collect her pets and leave. So what do you think is going on at Jen's farm in Pennsylvania? Jen explains that she is currently seeking help from paranormal professionals as she can't move out and wants her family to be safe. You can watch all of Jen's paranormal experiences over on her TikTok page, J Barari. No entry. As with most Japanese videos, I have no idea what the source is for this next creepy clip. The clip shows two guys approaching an old school building that is under renovation and is allegedly haunted. Even though there's tape at the entrance saying no entry, the two friends step inside anyway. What happens next is absolutely terrifying.
確かに。本当だ。なんだっけ？コーンだっけ？これなんだっけ？何？この蜂みたいな黄色と黒のなんか。いや。お前はいつかあれだよ。働くんだよ。
A mysterious woman wearing a white dress silently approaches the two friends from the darkness. She seems to have no visible arms. The two guys run in fear and scream for help. What happens next, we'll just never know. And whether the footage is real or not, that's up for you to decide. Either way, the clip is chilling. Really Haunted. Lee from the YouTube channel Really Haunted lives in a house in England that seems to be a hotspot of paranormal activity. Lee has become somewhat of a regular featured channel on my top 5s as the activity in his home just seems to get more and more violent. Now, if you want to see what I'm talking about, I highly recommend that you check out Lee's channel where he shares all the evidence that he's captured over the last 2 years. So, in a shocking new video that Lee has uploaded, the paranormal and Stacy are
What's up? My back.
Lee's wife Stacy is died. He left the house that night. They have tried everything they can think. Be sure to follow Lee, Brother's Keeper. Paranormal investigators Victor, Paolo, and Samuel from the YouTube channel Investigação Sobrenatural are contacted by a distraught woman. She claims she's been violently haunted since her brother passed away from an accidental overdose in the bathroom of her family home in Brazil. She believes that her brother never left and that his tormented soul is angry and is attacking her and her family. The woman, whose identity is kept anonymous, says that she believes that the stress of the haunting led to her mother's recent passing.